The thing is, the border's always been wide open. I mean, it's always been wide open. When I first got here, we had literally just a 3-strand or 4-strand barbed wire fence, and that was down in most of the places. You know, the Tohono O'odham Indian Reservation, there's not a lot that we can do without a lot of special lawmaking wrangling going on. So they have barbed wire fence that's, you know, down in, or it used to be down in a lot of the places. But, you know, there used to be vehicles would drive through. So this is Bush era stuff. Bush era stuff, we would have vehicles driving through with makeshift campers and 3,000 pounds in each vehicle and multiple vehicles at a time driving up the road loaded with marijuana, like no big deal. This is post 9/11. Mm-hmm. This is post 9/11. They would drive up paved roads in the middle of the night at will, and they'd fly ultralights through northbound towards Phoenix, and we would pretty much do nothing about it. And the ultralights, they'd tell us to do goofy stuff like, hey, see if you can go get eyes on it. Like, go get eyes on an ultralight flying around in the middle of the night, dropping loads of God knows what. You know, those were our directives. And I remember one time talking about blowing the whistle on that because I thought it was highly offensive that every day we're having ultralight incursions post 9/11.
What's ultralight?
Like ultralight aircraft. You know, a small aircraft flown by a person, flying with, you know, 400 pounds, 300 pounds, whatever they could carry, and then flying up towards, like, say, Casa Grande, and then pulling the lever and dropping it off into somebody's backyard, I guess, you know. And the only thing we could do was, you know, they want us to try to spot it, you know, and this would happen nightly. And I always thought, this is crazy. You know, this is happening every night, not every night, constantly, daily. These would be detected, but we weren't doing anything about it. I always thought it was just offensive that, you know, post 9/11, we've got people in Afghanistan. We say we're defending the homeland, you know, with and they've just put that fence up. That was one of the first real fences they put up, and they were cutting through that fence, lifting that fence up like crazy. They would lift the fence up to drive vehicles underneath and to run dope groups underneath the fence. It was, I think, I don't know who built that first fence down in the port, down in Lukeville, but the Lukeville port of entry, the first fence that I saw go up, it was so easy to lift that fence that they would rather lift it in some places than cut through it or go over it. So they would call what we call popping the panels. They'd pop the panels, and sometimes they'd cut the vehicle barricade on the other side, and they'd drive vehicles underneath the fence. Well, I asked a contractor one time, like, why don't you preemptively, because there was a way to stop them from lifting the panels. I said, why don't you do this? Why don't you come out and do this? Well, we're not contracted to make improvements. We can only make repairs. Well, imagine being a contractor coming down to Phoenix, from Phoenix all the way to Lukeville. I mean, this is a pretty good, probably a great cash cow, presumably.
Not even. That's not allowed to make improvements, just repairs.
Right. So they come down every day making repairs to this fence.
They're making money off
which is a shoddy contract, clearly, because it's a shoddy fence.
Yeah.
The
when we went
fence
to El Paso,
is garbage.
we had those little chicken grates, and we noticed they were coming along and they were repairing them. And
yeah, it was basically just chicken grate. It's the same thing.
So they're making money off this.
Yeah, they're making repairs daily. It's a never-ending cycle.
It's
of repairs.
2005, and I'm just trying to get an overview because 20 years. How long were you in the Border Patrol?
20 years. Exactly.
You just retired. Like when?
I retired on the date. Yeah, get me out of there.
What day did you retire?
Literally June 27th.
So it's exactly 20 years.
Yeah.